My Three Sons is filmed before a studio audience. Or not. You know, this was the most sexually explicit film ever made to this date. Oh, Fabio. Oh, Fabio. Hot, sleepy time, action! Fabio, I guess? So the subtext of this sequence, I believe, is that they're sleeping. Ro Rabio. Oh, suddenly we're in a dimension of sight, sound, and mind. The tragic late career of the magic mirror from Snow White. So how you doing?
This time that hussy Jane's gone just too far. Call me an eyesore, will she? And me a treasured heirloom, a present from her husband's own mother. Well, she'll live to regret it.
Mom, the clock's evil again.
Time takes care of so many things, especially when you're a specialist in time like I am.
Time won't give me
Never
time.
forget. She just won't understand why she's having so much trouble. Because it's all going to be completely accidental.
You know, I have a toaster that does this to me. Trouble, you go sit in the corner, young man. The Oklahoma State Department of Health presents the Amityville Horror. Oh yeah, well, General Service Extension Divisions are synonymous with terror. Did she just give Ned the raspberry? And based on one of Stephen King's 14 novellas about evil clocks. We're not sure which one. Those guys are the best psychiatric consultants. Enchanted Clock by Wicked Queens of Beverly Hills. Buy the Time Out for Trouble soundtrack record album and read the Penguin book. Okay. This is 1961, so I think those guns are probably real.
You know I don't allow those things in this house. Get out of here.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Why, oh why did I take time out for trouble? Oh, snickerdoodles.
What? Jane's going to be all right. Well, now, that is too bad.
He has a rather feminine
I'll
voice,
work
doesn't he?
things out.
Heartburn pain got you down.
These stupid humans. They think things are responsible for accidents.
Your stupid minds.
Material things. Like that electric cord that caught Jane's foot. Sometimes they lay their troubles to junk piled on the stairs.
Okay.
Sometimes it's an iron on a shelf.
Sometimes it's the Jews.
Other times, ice on the sidewalk.
America's most
Unlabeled
boring
bottles
home
in
videos.
the medicine chest.
Ah, there's my
Bed
Vicodin.
rung in a ladder.
Oh!
Soup on the stove.
I just wait for a kid to grab my handle and...
Course, any clock knows it's people who bring on accidents. The kind of people who don't know how to handle their emotions.
people who should
That
die.
awful Martha. But I fixed her. Once I found that feelings were the key.
I paid this guy to cut her brakes.
So easy. Same with Ed Caldwell. He didn't like anyone calling him a grease monkey.
Even though he totally is one.
Certainly didn't know how to handle his feelings.
Oh no, what about his weekly sketch
No
group?
question about the tie-up between Eddie's feelings and that broken hand.
Stupid grease monkey.
Same way with Martha and her wedding ring. That ring's a symbol to Martha. A symbol for everything she hoped she'd find in marriage. Only fool that she is. Human as she is, she married Jeff Hoover. And Jeff's first love was always the bottle.
Time out for hooch.
So Martha waits at home and twists her ring.
And waits for the milkman.
That's the way it is with these crazy humans.
Thank you, thing.
Tension keeps boiling up in them like the soup in Martha's saucepan. It's always been right there.
Stupid
Primed
soil,
and
stupid
waiting for the
nutrient-rich
moment when they
topsoil.
bump up against a dangerous situation. And when
Yuck.
they do, well, chalk up another accident.
I hate Pictionary.
Why, because emotions distract, of course. Those
Enough with the
boiling
mouth porn.
feelings,
Gosh.
They take people's minds off dangerous situations. And when that happens, it's just a matter of time until disaster strikes.
In the form of ring around the
Like with Martha.
collar.
If she stops to think about it, she knows hot soup can scald, and that it's important to be careful in the kitchen. But here it is, nearly 7:30.
And the Golden Girls are coming on.
Jeff stopped off at Jack's place. So Martha's all upset and angry. She doesn't know what to do. And not knowing,
Is not half the battle.
she's blinded by the boiling up of her emotions. Those feelings of hers, they distract her from the dangers of stoves and pans and boiling soup. Jeff's problem isn't quite the same as Martha's.
It's much tastier, actually.
Whiskey isn't really at the heart of it either.
Mr. Dithers, After Dark.
You see, back when he was younger, he got all in a swivet over her. Well, over part of her anyway.
Her duodenum. Real subtle movie, thanks. Oh, this is back before her neck got all fat. Even the sex scenes in this movie are pointless and boring.
So they were married.
In the presence of their favorite towel.
Only then, Jeff found out there was just one thing wrong with Martha.
She was really Martin.
She didn't
Oh.
have anything in that pretty head of hers but buckwheat batter.
Khaki maple buckwheats fizzle on the stove? It's the special Your Marriage Sucks double issue.
That's when Jeff really started hitting the bottle.
Understandably so.
He knows it isn't Martha's fault she's stupid, but she just plain bores him to tears. Trouble is, boredom's a distraction too.
Hey, look, there's a leaf on my shoe.
If
Oh, the
you're
movie,
living in
sorry.
a dream world, you can't pay attention to reality. And that gives accidents a chance to happen.
And he's gently crushed by a car. The end.
Jeff didn't die.
As much as he would have
But
liked
if
to.
he had, the preacher likely would have called it a tragic accident.
The old man's wife
Even
had
though
died.
the certificate should have read, died of boredom. Not all distractions are
Miss
inside
Hathaway?
people, of course. Lots of them come from outside. If it hadn't been for the phone ringing, nothing might ever have happened to that Ainsley woman.
If Benny Hill had directed Psycho.
Poor Mrs. Ainsley. She always did wonder what that phone call was about.
Probably another Saturn survey.
Even when it looks like a distraction's all outside, more often than not there are still some feelings mixed in somewhere.
What?
Like Sid. He claimed it was an accident when Patty banged her head. Actually, things
Good one,
got
Senator
shot.
Packwood.
When Sid tried to unload his tensions with silly horseplay, Patty got hurt. Or look at Jane. Because those two brats of hers were blowing off steam all out of control, she fell down.
Seen it. She's in the molecular chamber. She's gonna lose her powers. Even her new Brian Eno CD can't get her to relax.
It needn't have happened, of course. Not if that idiot female had showed a grain of common sense. After all, you only have to pay attention to 3 simple rules to
Thanks,
put an
evil
end
clock.
to accidents in any home.
Oh, great, the evil clock writes in I Love Lucy font. If this was a video game, I would so push start right now.
1. Pay attention to your feelings.
Take them to the zoo. Alright, I guess we're going to be here for a while, so let's see, what can we talk about? Oh, well, the high in New York City today will be in the upper 30s with mostly sunny skies. Dreamgirls cleaned up at the Golden Globes this week, and the soup of the day at Ruby Tuesday is broccoli cheese.
2. Beware of boredom.
Or vivid depictions of it. Watch Band. Watch Four School Crossings.
3. Watch out for dangerous situations.
You know, she gives really good advice for a murderous clock.
That's all there is to it. But how many humans are smart enough to follow the rules?
18.
Like with Jane. She knows she gets tense and on edge on cleaning day. So she ought to paste signs all around in her head in big red letters. Slow.
You know, I hope we see this scene 12 more times. I really do.
Anything.
All right, you kids. You know the rules about those dart guns.
But of course, handling it like that would have been too intelligent for a human. Same way with cleaning. It bores Jane worse than anything she does. That's why it makes her edgy. So you'd think she'd have sense enough to change jobs often.
Hey, give her a break. She's under a lot of stress.
Try something more interesting for a while. Work a little on her new dress, maybe. You see? Now is the time to finish the cleaning.
Wait a minute.
After she's calmed
So
down.
does the clock still hate her, or what's going
Of course,
on?
it was a good idea to get Ted and Walter out of the living room. That electric cord made it a dangerous situation.
All right, you kids. Out.
No dancing, not allowed. Dun dun dun.
Jane wasn't that smart, though. So now she has a wrenched back. And she'll have more before I'm through with her. Call me an eyesore, will she?
Football practice.
No,
Jane, honey, what is it? What's wrong?
Oh, I dreamed I was married to an ugly, balding...
What is
Oh,
Take it easy. You
Never
must have been
mind.
having a nightmare.
Oh, if it only was a dream. No, you can't imagine. It's that clock in the living room.
You know we've been over that confounded clock a dozen times. We can't get rid of it. My mother would have a fit.
she raised that clock from a wristwatch.
Talking to me. Taunting me. It hates me. That's why I had this accident.
It goes through my stuff.
Says I'll keep on having them.
Must be those pills the doctor gave you. You're just imagining things.
Have some Jimmy Dean sausage and go back to
No,
sleep.
Mel. That clock talked. It did. It did.
It did.
She's so right, of course. But she won't get anyone to believe
So are we supposed to
her.
sympathize with the
By
clock or the
time she's
husband or
up and
what?
about, she
I'm really
won't be
lost.
sure of anything herself. But she will keep having accidents. She can count on that.
She can also count on the cleaning power of a whisk.
Well, Jane, it's good to see you up. Can't get you down until you're up, you know.
Good point. Who the hell are you?
Now we need to set the stage for that next accident. Make it seem properly accidental. Tiger here should do nicely to trip over.
And now our story.
A little temper will help, too.
What's going on around here this morning? Aren't you going to get me any breakfast?
It's Mike Judge.
Well, Your Majesty, maybe it's just about time you got your own breakfast.
You go, girl.
Now, an outside distraction to get things moving. Here we go.
Jane, did you learn anything from that last time you had an accident?
Like how to
What
act?
are you talking about? Let go of me, you big baboon.
You know what I mean. You're liable to break your neck if you go charging out of here in all directions. Please, honey.
Based on the play by Tennessee Williams.
Milk, I must be crazy. And after that nightmare and all those good resolutions I made about being careful. Thanks, Milk.
Whatever. Where's that breakfast? Surprise! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you crazy dog. Do you want someone to fall over you?
Yes, please.
Isn't that enough to give you fits? But I can afford a few slips. Time's still on my side.
Yes, it is.
Maybe I can do better here in the kitchen.
Oh, these cockroaches are getting vicious. Colon blow. Hello, police. I'm trapped in a grainy, repetitive, pointless short. Send help. This movie's so long, I bet it's still filming right
Hi,
now.
Madge. This is Jane. Say, why don't you come over and have a cup of coffee with me? I've been cleaning this house all day, and I'm just about to go out of my mind.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, say, bring that new pattern of yours. I'd like to look at it. Okay, I'll see you in a little while. Bye.
God, I hate that woman. Good bunt cake, though. Somebody bludgeoned the organist.
Why, I don't believe it. Don't tell me that girl's beginning to use her head. Well, I'll get her yet.
Give it up, Clocky.
A dog and a cat on Sunday morning might just turn the trick.
The dog's not even barking.
That's it. Hey, girl. Hey.
Okay, let's recap. The clock is mad at the ugly lady, but the ugly lady is only following the advice that the clock gave her for whatever reason, and now she's trying to kill her with a cat and a dog. Great. Everybody caught up? Back to our story.
Hey, Jane. What gives?
Oh, Tiger has a cat up a tree.
Garfield or Heathcliff, I can't
But
tell.
you know, I guess I'm getting smart in my old age. He'll just have to learn about cats on his own, 'cause I'm not about to go charging out there in my night clothes. So there, you old eyesore. Aren't you disappointed?
I'm the wrong clock lady. I'm the drunk but funny one.
Character.
Why, that insolent young Jezebel. I'll teach her.
I'll make her late for Rachel Ray. Boys, stop playing Republicans versus Democrats. Come on.
All right, now, Ted, you remember what Mom said.
Oh, you drunk.
That's it, boy.
Yeah, I did, Ted.
Why,
Walter, give me that gun.
That was my favorite character.
My springs. My gears.
My love of crossword puzzles.
Oh, why was I such a fool? I'm as bad as that stupid female Jane.
I'm a bad
Or
antique.
even because I knew better. But I hated her so, I didn't even take my own advice. I let my feelings run away with me just as if I were human.
Your voice is kind of annoying,
So
too.
now there'll be another clock here taking my place. My place. And me a treasured heirloom, gift of Milk's own mother.
She may be out, but I hear the blender is
Why
a
did
really
I
cool
ever
guy.
interfere when I knew that accidents are bound to happen when you take time out for trouble.
This titular line brought to you by Morty's New Clocks. Replace your clocks today. To avoid accidents, buy only non-evil timepieces. Calling the kettle black, aren't you, movie? Nick Danger, Third Eye, this fall on CBS. Dogs by Wolf of Bel Air. Oh no, the spirit of the clock is haunting the family in the form of a slow credit crawl. The horror! All skate now. All skate. Bill Beebe, didn't he play for the Buffalo Bills? And Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. Yes, let's back away slowly from the movie. Hanging out in front of the Johnsons' house on a school night, the movie. Well, that truly sucked. Kudos to all of you who made it to the end. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Dane, for the jokes. Goodbye, everybody. See you next time.